BPD and female presenting autism. I'm saying it like that because, you know, the stereotypes for the sake of a 3 or less minute video. I'm trying to keep it less, but for the sake of a quickie video, I'm just going to say like the female presenting and BPD symptoms can end up being looking similar, but looking is the exact magic word here. They look similar. Diabetic ketoacidosis and being drunk look similar, and one is kidney failure and one is just being drunk. So when it comes underneath, like the big differences, you'll probably know even more than your medical team. And I'm not saying that the medical team isn't great. It's just that a lot of this you feel within your body, and you're the only one really who's inside of your body who can feel it. I mean, maybe you're not the only one that's inside your body, but not to kink shame or anything like that. But you know what I mean? Like, you're the one feeling your feelings. You're the one experiencing your life on a day-to-day basis. Now, the biggest reason that I found that the two get misdiagnosed is a split versus meltdown. In autism, you get so physically overwhelmed. Sometimes you melt down and you snap and just like lose your shit over what somebody else might see as something small. And the same thing can happen with a borderline split. It's a trauma response. So you hit a trauma thing, and for somebody else, it might be like, oh, well, I only said that, but you just only said the worst freaking thing that they've ever experienced, like in a casual manner. So yes, they go off. That's why, like, the inside part, I feel, is really the differentiation. They, of course, can be comorbid with each other, but I've found that the reason they get so very commonly misdiagnosed is they're not being asked questions that are a little bit more depth of like, okay, so you fly off the handle when this happens. And fly off the handle. I'm using what I say for like my own self, because I do it when I have a meltdown. Oh, do I fly off the handle? Fly off the handle right onto my broom, and hell hath no fucking fury, man. It gets gnarly. So like, is it because I'm overstimulated, or is it because someone hit a trauma trigger that I just like go from 0 to 100 really quick? Those would be like kind of not the only differentiating factors, not at all, but just an example of like some of the huge differences between the two, because one is emotional and one is neurological. And with the emotional one, you can get different coping mechanisms. Same with neurological, but they're completely different. Well, some might overlap, like breathing exercises or grounding exercises, but for the most part, they're going to be different. There is so much nuance here that I can't fit into the video, but I wanted to at least like skim the surface of like my observations, especially my observations of the differences between the two, because I think you're valid as well as anyone else who either thinks they were misdiagnosed or their autism got diagnosed as BPD, and treating it BPD the traditional way is actually making their autism worse, which is a whole different subject. Because if you are BPD with autism, the treatment that you get, whether it's psychotherapy, DBT, whatever it is, it needs to be a little bit different, especially if you do DBT, because of how freaking literal we are.